Hello, I think I'm live now. Oh, I imagine there's going to be a couple of people making their way in, which is always nice. Okay, let's have a look at some stuff. A bit more of an appropriate sound as well. Okay. Right, we should have a couple of groups in here. Let's have a look at what we've been doing this week. Make yourselves known. Wonderful. Amy's here, that's good. Cool. So, one thing we looked at this week that I think is going to be really important for us to talk about, especially with Amy's group, is we were looking at the E minor pentatonic scale. We did one octave because to start off with, we just need to make sure we get the shape and the sound of it, ingrained really well. But we looked at E minor pentatonic, one octave, so we can find that on page 20 over two octaves, which is what we're doing this coming week. But we'll just have a look to start off with at the one octave. Okay, now it's hard to express how important this scale is. Okay, so don't just think it's some boring thing that you're being forced to do, like mopping the floor. Way more than that, because once you start doing it over two octaves like this, you can do it over more shapes like this, or for example, what we've got. You can do so much with that, and so many melodies and solos and songs are written around that scale. So, good idea that you get it under your skin, or under your fingers and into your ears. So I'll do that one more time. I always start off with my middle finger. So we've got E, E3, A, A2, A, A2. Okay, so open, middle finger, and then on the next strings, the next two strings, we've got open, index finger on the second fret, same on the next string, open and two. It's really important. And we play that. I wonder if you can guess what chord we play over that. E minor. So, as an example. So we're just playing the E minor pentatonic scale over that E minor chord. We can play it in loads of different places, different keys and everything. So let's skip past that now that I've got across how important it is. Ear training done as usual. I hope you're all doing pretty good with that. I know Amy was having a bit of a struggle with it last week, but hopefully you worked hard and you see a little bit of improvement. Right, one of the songs we looked at this week was Power Stomp. Okay, bars 21 to 29, page 30. Let's find that. So we got our power chords. So this next coming week, those that have been doing power stomp, we're moving on to the lead guitar part. But I don't want you to neglect the power chords part. It's important we know both. Okay, and then we can, when we're back in the school, we can do a team play. So half of us will play the rhythm, half of us will play the lead, then we'll swap over. So we're nice and rounded because you're not going to spend your whole life doing lead stuff, but you don't want to spend your whole life doing rhythm stuff as well. So what did we do? We did bars 21 to 29. So right at the end, last part of the song. We've got our repeat bars here. So we start at bar 21, end of bar 20 would technically be 28. Okay, so we've got 21, 2, 3, 4, then we repeat. Okay, so I'm going to play that for you. So we've got G5, 2, 3, 4, C5, 2, 3, 4, E5, C5, and again, so G5, C5, E5, C5. Now, with power chords, because I know both groups would have looked at this, when we're doing power chords from here onwards, so we don't always just do one open string and the second fret. Okay, sometimes we can do it like this. Now, we can either use our ring finger or our pinky. I started off using my ring finger when I was learning, like but then eventually I progressed. I don't know why. I just did this one day with my pinky. And I just find it more comfortable to play. You experiment because you might find that you prefer using your ring finger. When we do chords like this later on, that's how I was taught it to do index finger there and then a bar or ring finger over D, G, and B, which I find quite hard. But that's how I was shown. But then I just thought I'd just do it like the A chord, but like that. So experiment a different way of fingering it. As long as you're not like, for example, the G5. As long as you're not trying to do the G or the E3 with your pinky and the others with that, so it doesn't work. Contort your hand like some kind of wibbly wobbly ball of jelly stuff. Okay, it's not going to work. Think about what's most efficient and what's most comfortable. Then right at the end of that, we've got the very last bar, bar 29. That repeat just one bar, two chords, C5, G5. We've got a dotted quarter note and an eighth note, title half note. So we've got one and two and three, four, and again 1 and 2 and 3, 4. I did that wrong. Okay, we're allowed to make mistakes. So 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Okay. Please, someone, if you've got a question, then let me know, because that would be amazing. If I'm honest, I like having questions. Lots of me rambling on. And we've got another 7 minutes as well. So I hope someone's got a question somewhere. In fact, one thing I've been doing with a few students this week, not necessarily music work students, but I've been getting people to listen to different kinds of music they don't usually listen to. So, for example, I've got a person who plays a lot of acoustic guitar, singer-songwriter kind of stuff. I've been getting her to listen to some really weird electronic music. Or I might have someone that's into more pop music to listen to kind of country music, for example. And I'm asking them to pick out what instruments they can hear or see if it's a live video, what genre they think it is, and what they like and dislike about it. Because it's important that we can be honest if we don't like something, but have a reason. So many people will have a song in their head they know they don't like, but not many can actually tell you why they don't like it. Okay, it could be something really simple, like I just don't like the sound of the guitar, for example, and that's allowed. I actually have a reason for it. Okay, so we've done lots of power chords. We've been working hard on our tied and dotted notes and our scales. So hopefully our ear training is better. And chords in G major and E minor, they should be okay. To be fair, once you've got the first session out the way where we learn the chords, or the first two sessions, we split them into three chords per. Then yeah, hopefully you should be okay with those chords. We're going to move on to a different key next week, I believe, and that's going to be the chords in C, A minor, C, E minor, E minor, F, G, E minor, G diminished, C. We're not doing that B diminished, okay? You don't really find that in this book. So lucky you. When we look at our scales as well, we can apply the same concept to them like we do with our chords. So does it sound like a happy chord or a major scale, minor chord, minor scale, for example? So we've got this scale here. Wait, recognize if I play like this. And then we've got a minor scale. Okay. Now, let's have a look at something else if you want, but don't feel obligated to. I want to make sure that we cover any questions in these sessions that any of you might have. So even if you think it's a silly question, ask it, because you're not going to get an answer otherwise. Because I'm not psychic, unfortunately. I don't mind answering emails if you think of the question afterwards, because sometimes that happens, but everyone is different, okay? Cool. So hopefully everyone's done really well this week. Nice and good amount of practice. On the length of practice, try and do 15-20 minutes every other day. More if you want, but try to keep that as like a minimum kind of target. That's what I would recommend. If you struggle with anything, the beauty of having the videos is you can play them back. You don't have to worry about, thinking, oh, how am I going to remember what he just said? Or I didn't quite understand it the first time. I wish he would say again, but obviously in the lesson we've got to move on. And some people will go at a different rate, which is fine. The videos come in handy that way as well. So we've got 2 minutes. So last chance for any questions. I hope someone has a question at some point. Cool. I hope everyone's looking after themselves. It's nice. I am. I've been out to go shopping and to the post office once. I think that's pretty good. So yeah, part of your another extra bit of practice for you this week. Try and listen to a song that you've never listened to before. Okay, just type in a random genre. So think, okay, funk music with piano, and then just click on the first one. Okay, just because you need to broaden your horizons a bit. There's nothing wrong with that. Cool. If there's no questions, I'm going to stop it there. Okay. If you do have one after this, just drop an email into MusicWorks and it will get back to me and then back to you as soon as I receive it. Okay. Everyone look after yourselves and have a good week. Look forward to getting the content on Monday.